Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead. Kids are resilient. Kids are tougher than you. And the reason they become cunts is because you're a cunt. You think your little son decided, I want to be a snowflake. I want to be ashamed of myself. I want to have no self-esteem. I'm afraid to put my willy in. You think that they want that? You're the same reason that your parents fucked you. You're fucking them. And most of them are already fucked. We have some kids of parents that attend here. I've seen this. And they can't wait to talk to their parents. So how do you feel proud about fucking me over, Mom? And it's true. Okay. Questions about the young lady? Yes, ma'am.
Is the reason why she's moving to Houston?
Because that's the acquisition. All of you are going to move. Now, some of you are too fucking lazy. And it'll fail. You move to where the first deal is. Period.
Like move permanently or just?
Permanently. Set on fire. Jewish lightning. Fucking Jewish, you're going to burn your business down and collect insurance, metaphorically speaking. Jewish lightning, nothing like Jewish lightning. It hasn't rained in 9 years, but the lightning bolt hit and burnt your store down. It's one of the first things I learned from my Jewish contemporaries. Dan, well, no problem, we'll take care of this. A little lightning. What are you talking about? Jewish lightning. We're going to torch the place. Fuck. Huh? No, God damn it, you go there. Your board is wherever they are. You go there. She's going to Houston. Fuck her kids. Fuck her husband. She's done what you haven't done your whole life. She took charge. Very unusual in a woman. Not in this bimbo. I can just see her beating her fucking husband. Boom, boom, put your head here. Boom, boom. Okay, yes, sir.
I'm sure you'll cover vesting more, but
yes.
Did her schedule start at 1 month, did she say?
Yeah, 1/12 a month. I don't like that system. I don't like vesting at all. But see, I've been picking people winners for 50 fucking years. You haven't. One, you're a loser, so how are you going to pick anybody other than another loser? So, vest. 1/12 a month, I don't like that, but I mean, people do it.
Why is she giving the CFO and the legal?
Because for whatever, I don't know why. That's not how I'm going to show you a chart how to do it, but she decided to do it that way. But she did listen. More is better. But see, you don't want 9, 10, 12, 15 people on the board because in your little mind, it's equity out of your pocket. But right now you got 100% of nothing. You're sucking on those pipes of that tailpipe. And you've been sucking and you're hallucinating so long, you actually think it tastes good. But right now you got 100% of fuck all nothing. So having 60% of something, and it's hard not to become an instant millionaire when you do your first deal. Some of you fuck it up and you fuck it up. But it's hard. You're an instant millionaire, you do your first deal. Instant. What else about, yes ma'am?
She said she immerses herself into QLA.
Correct. Well, everybody said that so far. And it's funny, there's no rhyme or reason if they listen to my 1990 shit, my 2005 shit, my 2016. There's no rhyme or reason which works best. What is pretty constant is hearing my voice and calibrating your brain first thing in the morning. Doesn't matter if it's an Oxford talk where I only say fuck twice, a record, or I might add, a record, or if it's, the Nepal talk, or it's, or any of the time, it doesn't matter. It's calibrating because it clicks off the thing subconsciously, it hits triggers. And, but everybody does the same thing. Yeah.
She only looked for people with value.
Well, I mean, that's an oxymoron. That's a no-brainer. You should, and again, guys, and even though it sounds funny, you don't want people like you on the board. I mean, you just don't. And just a minute. You want maybe not the antithesis of you, and she brings up a great point. You know, she wants people, vis-a-vis business acumen, she's got virtually none. So anybody she adds to the board is going to have more knowledge about various aspects of business than she does. She's a nurse practitioner, and she's working 60 hours a week while she's doing all this shit. We had 2 other nurse practitioners that in that audience that she was talking to. What else? Yeah.
She walked away from the deal and got some.
Oh yeah. I mean, the takeaway is great. You know, and then if you burn the place down, Jewish lightning, you burn it down, you torch, metaphorically speaking, you torch the fucking place, and you let the dogs and cats out, but you burn the people. No, I didn't mean that. But I would run in for a dog 100 out of 100 times. I wouldn't run in for one of you in this fucking room in a fire. Not one. I wouldn't even, don't you want to stop the car and see if we can help? Are any animals involved? They've got a great thing, and it's on my social media. A guy cleared all the house, it's on fire, blah, 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 and then he notices his bulldog or whatever's done. Where's Harry, whatever his name is? He runs back in the fucking fire. And then he comes out with his dog. Now, I do that. But you, it needs to be done a little more. Some of you make good roasts, though. I mean, some of you, I like the fat and marble. You know. I mean, we could live off his thigh for a week. Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you become an instant millionaire from the first deal.
First deal. If you follow the steps, like we're going to teach you, we're teaching. If you follow the steps, yes. 1 million, not 2 million, 5 million, 1 million. So now rephrase the question, reframe it. So
she will make the money when she exits.
No. But she's going to have equity in a company that's worth $1.6 million, and she owns 60% of it. She's got $1 million in equity in the deal. But cash, liquid cash, is when you exit, or before that, when you take bonuses off the top. We've had guys and gals take millions in bonuses before they ever exit. Millions.
They're on the wall.
No. I can just see the Goober brothers here. I can just, hey, right here. The too fat right here. Boom.
Why me?
Huh?
Why me?
Because, I mean, you both look like crooks. Huh? Yes, sir.
She made the board come to her. She never went to see them.
Well, I mean, not many of the guys do that, but it should. Because you got no money to be flying around. That's for damn sure. Unless you've been lying to me about on your balance sheets and shit, you got no money to be paying. Sally was telling me how much, I said, how much are those first class tickets now? 9,000 pounds each. I go, what? 9,000 pounds each? Fuck, I wish I hadn't asked. You know, I don't ask about how much money stuff costs. I just don't. I stopped many years ago. But I heard her on the phone with American Express or somebody, and I said, well, how much are those tickets? 9,000 quid, as my wife would say, 9,000 quid. I said, together? Well, it's not, no, each. I go, well, I'm sorry I asked, you know. And then I went and played with the dogs on the floor, and, you know. Is there another question? Yeah.
No question.
A comment?
Yeah, a comment. She wished she should have thought less and just follow your advice.
Thought less. She's a smart bitch. I mean that positively. I don't really give a fuck if you like it or not, but anyway, she's a smart bitch. And she's assertive. She's got leadership qualities.
Where'd she get those?
Huh?
She's a nurse?
Well, she's a nurse practitioner. She's married to an Army officer who's just recently retired. I mean, she runs her family like a Gestapo.
Very efficient.
Yeah, I mean, she is.
And cleans the house.
Pardon?
And cleans the house.
And cleans the house. Yeah, I am. Fuck. I can use a couple of those. Whenever I see Sally clean a dish, you know, Let's get an iPhone in here, quick. Let's take a picture of it. But what else about other than she's efficient? She's smart as shit too. Go ahead.
Don't pretend to know everything and
Correct.
ask questions.
Correct. Don't pretend. Well, I mean, for most of you, you don't know anything about what you're doing going into, unless you're going into something that you have some general knowledge. And that's the downside. I mean, there were 2 doctors, medical doctors, in that audience that she was talking to. And these guys are like whores in church. They're nervous. I mean, fuck, they don't know, and because one of my mentees who you're going to listen to, he has 200 doctors now in his hospitals. Out of 200 doctors, you get 600 opinions. I mean, and see, he's going, he says when he was here, and he gave his talk while he was here in April. He says, I thought you were making stories up about how doctors, and it's hard to manage doctors. It's like managing cats. Wild cats is managing physicians. And by the way, just there was another question?
Due diligence, Mr. Peña.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. For deals that are $2 million-ish and less, your board is more than qualified to do the due diligence. Your in-house accountant, your in-house lawyer, your industry experts are more than qualified for a little deal like that. For big deals, you want the big 4 accounting firms or the big 10 accounting firms, etc., to do the due diligence. But and she was talking about following invoices from the inception to the money being deposited in the bank. That's, the money trail to make sure, because smart guys now know how to show, it looks electronically like you've got money in the bank, but you don't. Those are real swindlers, okay? Unfortunately, I've trained a few, so they've taken the knowledge and done bad stuff with it. But so you don't need your outside lawyers and accountants. So her first few deals are going to be she said bank finance for one. The second one was 100% owner finance. 3, 4, and 5 were a combination of owner finance and bank finance. So she's going to be able to pull out money and pay. I was teasing her. You got to pay for the move from fucking Dallas to Houston, which isn't such a big distance. But she'll be able to pull out money. She'll be able to pull out money. And she is doing it. She's had a couple of hiccups, and she glossed over the one hiccup about differentiation between asset lenders, banks we're talking about, and cash flow lenders. In your script, it's plain as day. On my fucking site, it's plain as day. It says that you're lending blah, 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 go through the first 7 or 8 bullshit, no, they're not bullshit questions, but rudimentary questions, and then, are you a cash flow lender? And she made a point, and some of the other people made a point, like Margot, the French gal. She says, they agreed on paper, but then they send me in the engagement, thank you, the engagement letter said the opposite, because what happens is they send you a boilerplate engagement letter from the lawyers and the accountants. They may have agreed with you, but then they tell one of their assistants, send Joe Schmo an engagement letter, blah, blah, blah. And so the bog standard engagement letter will come where it's asking for a 25,000 pound retainer. And then you call, were you lying then or you lying now? And it's, oh no, I'm sorry. We sent out the wrong engagement letter. I've got to go tell them to send the right engagement letter. So you'll get paperwork that is not necessarily accurate. So when you first get their proposal, you'll think, well, the lying bastards lied. Well, maybe they did lie to you, but more probably what happened is they just sent you out a boilerplate standard. They hit the button, new client, it spit out a letter, and they sent it to you. And so then you have them send it back to you, and you take out the part about the retainer. You take out the part, you add the part about rolled fees. And we went rolled fees for at least a year. You'll probably get only 6 months. But we went them for a year because a year goes by, super quickly. Super quickly. And roll fees for 3 months, forget about it. I mean, it's better than no roll fees, but you won't get shit done. I already told you it takes 6 to 12 weeks to get a fucking loan from a commercial bank. And with the SBA, Small Business Administration, which is great for us, but I mean, it even takes longer because it's federally guaranteed, and so it goes through another level of approval. And by the way, almost all foreign countries have an equivalent thereof of SBA, Small Business Administration loans, but it's called something else. In this country, it's called the Prince something fund or some bullshit after Prince Charles. In Germany, it's called something else. But almost all have the equivalent. In other words, where the government either guarantees all or a part of the loan. And those are pretty easy to get, especially in the lower amounts. And if you have a loan that's $5 million or less, they'll push you towards government guarantees. They'll push you that way because 90% of all deals fail. Not all, up to 90% of deals fail in the first year. The banks know that, so they want some form of guarantee.
It's a higher interest.
Yeah, well, it's going to be. It doesn't matter. The interest rates are so fucking low now, except for usury when you're going out and get hard money. I used to be a hard money lender, 15, 20, 25, 40%, whatever the usury laws would allow. Okay, we're not talking about that kind of money. We're talking about bank money. The average interest rate of the guy that's done 20 deals this year is 2.5%. From 1.5 to 2.75 or almost 3. The average is about 2.5.
They normally take over a 10-year term.
Huh?
Would it normally be a 10?
But I mean, you can push them after 7 years and you push them out another 10. Assuming we're not in a depression, a crash. Okay. And I'm not predicting, YouTube says that I'm predicting a bad market. No, I'm just saying we've been in 11 years. Every day it's a new record for the market. Every single day. Now, I think we've got 3, 4, 5 years more. We've got at least until Trump gets reelected. At least. And he's not going to get impeached. What a waste of fucking government money. They need 100%, almost 100% of the Senate, which is controlled by the Republicans, to vote him out. What do we? Because it's a diversion. They're trying to get as many fucking wacko Democrats elected on the tail, cunts on the tail of a proposed impeachment. That ain't gonna happen. It's a waste of fucking time. Although, and President Trump goes through staff like Josh Kim goes through, underwear. Yeah. I mean, because you only get one time to disagree, apparently. You only get one time to disagree with the president. Then you're gone. The smart advisors don't come to see him, I hear. They don't go and see him. They don't, because, and he likes to hear, he wants to hear you betray him, is the word he uses, in person. Well, you just don't go see him. That's easily taken care of. I don't know. That's no problem. I wouldn't be, I can agree with almost everything he done. Not everything, but almost everything. When he was slagging off Senator McCain and other things, I didn't like that part. But what else about, yes?
She's added a breakup law on her LOIs.
Oh, breakup fee. Breakup fee is normally worth $10, $20, $40 million deals, $500 million deals. If you comply with the terms of the purchase agreement, the contract, etc., and then you decide to change your mind, you have to pay the fees, a breakup fee, which means the fees normally relate to the legal and accounting fees. But it's tough to get breakup fees in small deals. It's not impossible, but it's tough. It's tough. Okay. Thank you, YouTube.